Good evening, good morning, good noon, good night. 'Tis I, the masked man, masked delight, and this is Metroid 4, also known as Metroid Fusion. Now, this is not going to be a normal run of this game, because anyone who's familiar with the game will immediately note that this text is not vanilla. That's because this is a randomizer. The objective of this game is to go through all the sectors, the entire station, try to find the various upgrades that allow you to get to other places, ultimately finding the items required to beat the game, and then beat the game. Specifically, that is the charge beam, the plasma beam, missiles, releasing the level 4 locks, and then you can beat the game. So our first objective is to get the only item available to us at the start of the game, which is in vanilla, missiles. In the randomizer, who knows what it's going to be? It could be missiles. Missiles do a decent amount of damage to enemies, and there are certain enemies that are immune to the beam, so it's nice to have missiles for that. Otherwise, they're pretty standard armament. Other options include super missiles, which do twice the amount of damage as normal missiles. Ice missiles, which have an additional effect of freezing enemies they kill. Diffusion missiles, which are a bit complicated, I'll explain if I pick them up. Hopefully I do not get them in this situation, because they're pretty useless on their own. And Morphball. It's not Morphball, it's a form of missile. They're ice missiles. Morphball is our true objective, however, as most of the game is locked behind Morphball. But since we got missiles, we can take this little detour to get a few extra items. An E-tank, which are useful. They increase the amount of energy I have, which is my health. If I take too much damage, I will die. And I'll have to restart from the last point I saved. This is an eyeball door. You have to hit him 3 times with standard missiles. Oh, open your eye. You can only damage them when their eyes open. Excuse me. This is probably Morphball. No, it's Charge Beam. Cool, we get Charge Beam early. Charge Beam allows you to charge your beam. It also makes the standard beam do a little bit extra damage and a little bit extra width. This is probably Morphball. Nope, regular missile data. Now our missiles do extra data because missile damage stacks. So since we have missiles and ice missiles, I think we do approximately 2 times missile damage. So we started off with a good kit. This is going to have the Morph Ball because it's the only way out of this room and to the rest of the game. Morph Ball allows you to morph into a ball and fit into small spaces. As I said, it's required to basically reach the rest of the game. Alright, now we're just running towards the sectors 1 through 6. That's our next destination. In the bottom left corner of the map, we'll be going to Sector 1 first. There's 6 sectors, but we can only access 2 at a current time because there's the security doors that are locked. Blue security doors lock off Sectors 6 and 3, and green security doors lock off Sectors 2 and 4. Ooh, wide beam. I started with a really good beam. Charge beam and wide beam. Wide beam basically widens your beam. It's very nice. It also does extra damage because there are more projectiles. That is power bomb tank. They increase your power bomb capacity. We don't have power bombs yet, so it's kind of not important. Sector 1. Now, Sector 1 is the first sector you run into the game. The item that you actually get from the boss here is the charge beam. So nothing that is actually required for progression. It's required to beat the game, but it's not required for anything other than to beat the game. But anyway, the main item of use in Sector 1 is the missiles. You need missiles. That's because throughout the rooms there will be these atmospheric stabilizers, and they are immune to everything except for missiles or screw attack. Ooh, that's really nice. Plasma beam. That's another one that can just be in the wind that you need to beat the game. Because it's not actually required to unlock any other items, it's just required to beat the game. It's still nice to have early. It does a ton of extra damage and pierces through enemies. We now have quite the formidable beam. Now there's 3 items in this room. We can only access one of them right now. And it's the screw attack, the most powerful attack in the game. Basically, the screw attack is usually the last time you get in the game for fighting probably the hardest boss in the game, Ridley. It just evaporates everything. There's very few things that are immune to the screw attack, and very few situations where it can't be used. Otherwise, it's very powerful. Like, for instance, it can't be used underwater without the gravity suit. It also can't be used on bosses, except for I believe the SAX does take damage from the screw attack. But as you saw there, it made quick work of that atmospheric stabilizer X thing. And I'm going to make quick work of this one too. Some casual wall jumps. Those are harder than I make them seem. Actually, one wall jump's not hard. It's more the chaining together 2, 3 to 10 wall jumps that gets tricky. Now, unfortunately, oh yes, I have to be careful. I have the screw attack, which means that these caution platforms will break under my feet if I'm spinning when I run into them. So I'm just going to take this room a bit slow. If I shoot in midair, I will stop spinning. So that's one thing we can do to get onto these platforms. There we go. That's just kind of the unfortunate side effect of having screw attack this early in the game. It makes Sector 1 a little bit more difficult. The eyeball door, this signifies another boss. This is the boss that would normally give you the charge beam. I believe its name is simply like charge beam core or something like that. That's what I'm calling it. It's going to take maybe 3-ish missiles. Oh, only 2. And they're power bombs. I had a sneaking suspicion it would be power bombs. The game wants us to go to the reactor silo. There's still a few items to check to avoid the fate of going to the reactor silo. Like this one here. The Varia suit. That actually is very useful. That allows us to go through Sector 5 if we can find the speed booster. It also means that we don't take damage from extreme temperature rooms. Like extremely hot or extremely cold rooms, the latter being what most of Sector 5 is. Alright, so we pretty much cleaned up all of one. We've got a pretty good start. The only thing I could want for right now is really space jump. Or, I guess, ooh. I don't usually have that easy time of it. Space jump or speed booster. Probably speed booster's probably more useful, but I think I want space jump more. I have to be careful. There we go. So yeah, we're only 11 minutes in, and all we need is the gravity suit and the speed booster. If we can get those two items, we can go beat the game. Now, I doubt the randomizer logic is going to make that so simple. It's probably going to be somewhere weird and out of the way. It might be at Yakuza, which would not be good, because I really can't beat Yakuza with this little health. So there's 4 items I can feasibly get before we go over to Sector 5 and check the one item we can access there. Now, I did save earlier, so don't get too attached to these items. I might be losing them. Because if I jump into the reactor silo and don't get either the screw attack... No. I can't get this item because I don't have the jump ball or bombs. Yeah, that's the unfortunate side effect of having power bombs. Is power bombs do not knock you into the air like regular bombs do. So you can't jump into cramped spaces. You either need bombs or the jump ball. Alright, down we go. I don't know if this is going to work out or not. It desperately needs the space jump to be down here. This is a hard jump to make. I'm trying to basically wall jump off this tiny little piece of wall here. There it goes. That's a lot easier with the high jump. We do not have the high jump. Okay, the fusion missiles are here. Not really required to beat the game, so if we lose that major item, it's fine. And it's just an E-tank. I can attempt to beat Yakuza. This is gonna be a bit rough, though. If this isn't vanilla space jump... Ow. This does so much damage. Oh, I was so close. Alright, we're going to be checking Sector 5 instead then. So Sector 5 is an interesting sector. The boss of Sector 5 is Nightmare. Oh, I don't have the fusion missiles. I have to do this. He would give you gravity suit normally. But he's not accessible in the current state of the area. And we need... Okay, how the hell am I going to do this? I don't think I can make this jump. Arachnus might be my only option. No, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do this. There we go. Oh, I can't do this. Actually, that jump's not so far up. Maybe I can still do it if I let him fall down a bit. Okay, excellent. I made it up here. Oh no, it's Yakuza. I have to beat Yakuza. Okay, I have to beat Yakuza. Let's go. What's this? I might want to pick it up if it's something nice. Power bomb tank, not necessary. So Yakuza must have space jump, the vanilla option for that location. Oh, actually, you know what? There is one other item I can get that might have space jump there. Okay, I'm going to do something risky. I'm going to save down in the reactor silo. If somehow isn't space jump, if space jump's actually in Ridley's lair, which is a possibility, then I've just soft locked myself. Like, for good. So, we'll see. I have to do this again. Alright, so we're just running back to Yakuza. I'm pretty sure that's his name at the very least. We do need to look these things up. This I think is an E-tank, yes. Okay, we've got like 800 energy, I think. We should be fine. Especially if I'm careful, which I'm usually not. Okay, let's go. Round 2, buddy. Ooh. Ah, I still got grabbed. That does so much damage, too. Okay, there we go. I did it. Now, please, please be the space jump. This is going to take quite a few missiles, because the late game boss expects you to have all the missiles by this point in the game. Okay, it's in red health, it's nearly down. I'm taking too much damage. Okay, it's down. Please be the space jump. Yes! The run continues! Okay, now we're off to Sector 2. But first, a little bit of a victory save. I'm not good at fighting that boss. I'm so glad it's now over. Yeah, space jumping's not free. You do have to tap to a rhythm. So I was concentrating there. But so far, so good. Now we are in Sector 2. We are in the plant side where you would fight the plant boss. You might as well go do that and then do the rest of Sector 2. I'll just do a quick loop around, get these items, go fight a boss, save. Essentially we're in Sector 2. Now, we're not connected to the normal part of Sector 2. We came the wrong way. Normally you come in and you need bombs. In this case, power bombs would work. But we also would need the ability to have jump ball or regular bombs, because there's some 1 block tall gaps and some tight tunnels. So yeah, you just need the ability to jump in ball form, which power bombs does not grant you. First things first, we'll grab this item. There are more power bombs. I will take those because we're in the bomb sector. The item you get in Sector 2 is the bombs. You get the bombs from the Sector 2 data room. And you use it for pretty much most of Sector 2. So it'll be nice to have more power bombs, since we have a limited capacity of them. Okay. This boss is pretty simple, just charge plasma beam him into submission. This is actually the boss where you usually get the plasma beam from, so the plasma beam messes him up real quick. Now this is another late game core, so this is going to take quite a few missiles. Just bear with it. There it goes. And this was a E-tank. So, no real reason to have gotten that, but I did. Man, where could these speed booster be? There's still the entirety of Sector 2 to check, so it's not like we're out of options. So this is basically the back half of Sector 2. When you come in from the reactor silo, this is just where you come in as. In the actual story, that plant boss is like choking off all the electricity to the station, and it's causing a huge problems. Ooh, speed booster, there it is. Okay, we got the speed booster. Now we just need gravity suit, and the game is over. Well, speed booster allows us to go to various other sectors after we go through 2. Take some extra missiles just in case. That's right, I don't have regular bombs. I was trying to use regular bombs. I do not have regular bombs. I have power bombs only. That's an E-tank. I will take that. Alright, next up is the boss Zabi. I believe that's his name. He's a jumpy boy that takes like 10 missiles to defeat. Doesn't matter how strong your missiles are, it takes 10 missiles to defeat him. I'm hoping this is gravity suit. I doubt it will be gravity suit. Another E-tank though. Yeah, this guy just jumps around above your heads. When he comes down, shoot him with 2 missiles, run out of the way. Rinse and repeat until he's down to only 1 segment, or 0 segments, I suppose. If he gets stuck, place some bombs. Regular bombs, not power bombs. Oh my word. When was the last time I saved? I don't want to give up on the seed. I'll just skip Zabi. This was missiles and it... Oh, I have to get speed booster again. Yeah, I actually didn't realize that you would need regular bombs to escape that boss. I thought power bombs would work, but another thing that only regular bombs can do and power bombs can't. It's fine, we got the speed booster again. We'll just make sure to save before that boss next time. I would say skip it, but there's actually 3 items behind that boss. The boss item, and there's actually a room behind the boss. door. So this time we're just gonna make sure to save. So it's interesting that this boss doesn't have an eyeball door because it despawns when the key hunters are spawned in. It's just the state of the sector 2. Despawns the eyeball door. I think it's the only one in the game that acts like that. I think I missed that. Yeah, I did. There we go. Oops, missed that. This is why I've got extra missiles. Okay. Final phase takes 4 more missiles. 1, 2, 3, and I won't risk it because I don't want to die again. And 4. Oh, I thought it was the gravity suit for a second there. I thought the palette changed. Nope, just a missile tank. I got all really excited. But there's also this room up here. Which has missiles and power bombs. Neither of which I need. This was completely worthless. Oh well, that happens sometimes. Sometimes it's progression, sometimes it's not. We'll just finish cleaning up Sector 2, and then go on to Sector 3. Actually, we can go to Sector 5. We'll go to Sector 5. These are just a bunch of missiles. I do not need it. Okay, so I'm skipping those items. There are 4 more items to get in Sector 2. One of them's on our... Oh, sorry. There's actually 6 more items to get in Sector 2. One's in here. I'm sorry. There's 7 items to get. Now it's 6. I just keep thinking of new items. So next we have to unlock the level 1 security doors, because these doors right here are locked. I can't open them. We have to come up here and drop down into the security room and unlock sector level 1 doors. There's also 2 items in this room. Just over here. This entire room is made of crumble blocks. If you touch the ground, you fall through it. Oops. Almost missed out on that item. Alright, it wasn't anything. It was still good to check. No, I could really use the high jump out now. It's not required to beat the game. We have all the verticality we need with the space jump, but the high jump just makes the space jump a bit easier to use. What's over here? Sector 6. I can't do Sector 6 without unlocking the level 2 security doors. I can't do all of Sector 6, so I'll just clean up the rest of the items in Sector 2. Oh, you know what? There's even another item that I can really grab that's in Sector 2. So whatever my count was, it's now 1 higher. But now it's a few less because we've actually picked up a few of the items. We can't get one of the items. Normally you'd drop a bomb here, and you go down there. But if we drop off this little ledge here, we can't get back up. So I won't be doing that. You either need jump ball or bombs, regular bombs, to get out of that situation. So that's 1 item in 2. In Sector 2 we are going to be skipping. Alright, Sector 2 all cleaned up as expected. Nothing much of importance. We already got what we needed from the rest of Sector 2. There's just one last item to get, and then we're off to Sector 5. Sector 5 is usually like the last sector in the game you go to. You need the Varia suit for it, which you get in Sector 6. The main item is the gravity suit, which is the last item we do need. But we can't actually access that state of Sector 5 until we unlock level 3 security doors. I completely skipped over the extra item that I needed. I'm going to save first. Because this is the item back down here. And it is an item. It's the gravity suit. Okay. We are in go mode. We just have to... That's Sector 4. We just have to get into Sector 5. Open level 4 security doors, and then go beat the game. So let's go. So there's 2 options to 5. Either we go into 5... Oh. One moment, I can't actually exit this way. I'm just going to go this way through the tubes. It'll be easier. The tubes are basically shortcuts throughout all the sectors. So this one leads to Sector 4. Sector 4 is going to lead to Sector 3, I believe. Sector 3 will lead to Sector 5. Now remember this room, because we'll be back here in a bit. Just collecting these items because I can. They're probably nothing useful. No, that E-tank's useful. Alright, next we're going to go to the Sector 5 through Sector 3. And the reason we're going this long, convoluted way is so that we can go into Sector 5 backwards, because it basically skips the need to open the level 3 security doors. And we can go straight to level 4. I don't need any more items. I'm just picking up extra power bombs just in case. I don't know how many power bombs I'm going to need. I guess I might as well check this. More power bombs. But essentially, see how this door is destroyed? This signifies that we are in State 2, when basically nightmares trashed the place. And in State 2, we can access this area behind a level 4 security door, which has been ripped open. And this actually is the only way to get to the level 4 security room. Normally you'd have to go up and around, fight Nightmare, get the gravity suit, and then finish the rest. But we already have the gravity suit, so we don't have to go fight Nightmare. Hopefully this won't be a problem. However, I have other options. Oops, that was not the right angle. There we go. Now I really hope my lack of bomb/jump ball is not going to basically end my run here. I can't remember the last time I saved. Oh, cool. Bombs. Okay, now I don't have to worry. I will attempt to get through the rest of the game without using bombs at all, just to see if I can. But it's nice to know that I have them on backup. Yeah, I could get that without bombs. So we've now unlocked level 4 security doors. We are now officially in go mode, which means the only thing we have left to do is to go and beat the final bosses of the game. There's nothing much more to say. I just have to run to the final boss, SAX. Remember where we started the game? Sector 0 data room? Yeah, we basically have to go back there. Now that we have level 4 doors unlocked, we can reach the propulsion systems and basically direct this space station into the planet SR-388. The reason for that is because basically the X are terrifying parasites, and the corporation, much like in the movie Aliens, wants to harness the X for military reasons, not understanding just how terrifying a plague on the world they would be. So we have to make sure to destroy all of the X before the scientists arrive at the space station. And that includes the planet below the space station as well. We can't leave any remaining. So that's why we're going to go to the propulsion system, set the self-destruct, and then set the space station careening into the planet below. And of course we have to escape after that. Okay, upcoming is the final save point in the game. This is the closest save point to the propulsion systems. And it's pretty much intended as the last save point you have before the point of no return. So here it is, the final boss, SAX. Now SAX is the main antagonist of the game, but you don't see her. She's basically an X form of us. She's incredibly powerful and dangerous. But we can just... Ooh. We can keep her in a little loop here. This is a terrifying fight otherwise. Alright, phase 1 down. Phase 2. Phase 2 is a joke. This is kind of the true form of the SAX. But all it does is just hop around. It's pretty easy to avoid and destroy. Now, the third phase, the core. This may take a few missiles. Make sure you fire the missile, then jump immediately afterwards. That's how you avoid the beam, which gets fired when it gets hit by a missile. And just rinse and repeat this pattern until the shell is broken and the core is exposed. There it is. Now we set the propulsion system to crash the station into the planet, and 3 minutes until impact. So basically now we have to get back to our ship and escape. Alright, a little bit of swag strats. You can preserve a shine spark. Oh, and then use it in this corridor. I failed to do so, though. I don't know why. I guess I was just a little bit slow. And here we go. The final boss. Nope. The Omega Metroid. You basically have to take a hit here. Drains all your health. Then it starts a 20-second cutscene where the SAX comes in, faces its natural enemy, and tries to destroy it. But unfortunately, it's too weak. It gets destroyed herself. So we have to pick up the slack. With the orange beam. And we basically have to keep using charge beams, walk into it, release, charge beam, walk, release, walk back, forward. If you get hit like that, keep tapping up. I found that's the fastest way to actually get out of it. She backs up one more time. There it goes. Fight is over. The battle is won. Our ship comes in. And when it claims us, it's time. There we go, time. Wonder how long that took. Well, this was Metroid Fusion Randomizer. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our time here. Stay tuned after the credits for a list of where all the items actually were. And I will join you back again at that point for the in-game time reveal. Here's the item locations. Char Beam was in the Arachnus room. They go by so fast to read. Okay, well, here it is, and now time for the in-game time reveal. "48 minutes, that's pretty fast. My record for in-game time is 46 minutes. So 48 is pretty respectable. So thank you all for watching, especially if you watched all the way to the end, and hopefully I will see you next mission.